7, they were sent packing. He's certainly not the issue. Kristaps Porzingis, he's injury prone. Stephen A., you mentioned it. So is it his supporting cast or is it coaching? Mark Cuban told ESPN he's not considering moving on from Rick Carlisle. Max, break it down for me here. What's the problem in Dallas?
Well, the problem in Dallas is Porzingis can't stay healthy. And what that means is every year, if he's lucky, he can get back to where he was the previous season at the end of the season. He didn't even do that this season. This season he didn't even do that. Last season, the bubble season, he spent the year trying to get back to where he was. And by the way, he got there. He couldn't get past it, but he got there. 35 points in the playoffs. Maybe he's going to be the deciding factor against the Clippers. It didn't work out that way. Got hurt, as usual. And then this year, he wasn't even able to get back to where he was last year. Look, you're 7'3". You know, you have to see, the reason the Lakers don't draft bigs is because they want to see, with bigs, with giants, whose body's going to hold up? Let's give this 6 or 7 years through attrition, see who's there. We'll grab that guy on free agency or a trade, right? Shaq, Kareem, whoever it is, let's grab that guy. But when you draft a big or trade for a big earlier in his career, you don't know. And Porzingis has always had an injury history, and that is the problem. He cannot be a reliable, even number 2, because he can't stay healthy, and this is what winds up happening.
I don't disagree with Max, but it's more complicated than that. In the interest of full disclosure, I've known Rick Carlisle for years. I love the guy, and I think that he's a great coach. But I think that if you're the Dallas Mavericks, you're Rick Carlisle and you're Mark Cuban, you got to sit down and you got to talk about his future in Dallas. Over the last 10 years, they've been out of the first round 6 times, and the other 4, they didn't make the playoffs since they won the title. It's been a decade. I believe that Rick Carlisle deserves to be a head coach on the NBA level. No question about it. I think Boston would be a great spot for him. You understand? I have to wonder about him in Dallas. And here's why. And by the way, I'm wondering about Mark Cuban too. It's just that Mark Cuban's the owner and you don't get rid of yourself. I'm not advocating that anybody get rid of. Here's what I'm saying. The city of Dallas, stop the presses because I'm about to say something nice.
Okay.
I know they got the Dallas Cowboys there contaminating the city.
Stay focused.
I understand that. I'm focused. I'm very focused. Dallas is a marvelous city.
Yeah.
It is a marvelous city. Okay? And it's got no state income taxes.
And it's warm weather.
Right? And warm weather for the most part. Why the hell can't you recruit anybody to this franchise? No one goes to Dallas. No free agent goes to Dallas. Rick Carlisle did an outstanding job coaching this series. Look what he was working with. Did an outstanding job coaching this series. But repeatedly, year after year after year, they don't have the personnel. I don't know if Dallas has been a favorite in the last decade. I don't know if they've been a favorite. Dirk Nowitzki couldn't get anybody to come play with him. Luka, thus far, doesn't have anybody to play with him.
You would think you get free agents.
We thought Porzingis.
Yeah. He thought Porzingis. But that was a trade that they were able to pull up because Porzingis wanted out of New York. My point is that what the hell is going on with the Dallas Mavericks where you can't get marquee free agents to consider your franchise? No state income taxes, good weather, great sports town.
And usually a cornerstone star.
An owner that brings attention to you. A fantastic coach in Rick Carlisle. Rick Carlisle knows what the hell he's doing. He needs to be someplace where they got personnel. Because if I can knock Rick Carlisle for one thing, it's an absence of the ability to recruit, and even that is suspect because guess what? Usually the stars will do it, or you got an owner who's a star in Mark Cuban, but it doesn't seem to happen.
And also Luka and before that, Dirk, you would think that those guys would attract other superstars. It is bizarre.
With that being said, do you feel like Luka's the best player in the world right now?
Here's my thing, Molly.
Yeah.
Prove to me that he's not.
I can.
Well, hold up. Prove to me that he's not.
I can.
Okay, you get your chance in a second.
Okay. Well, you said, asked the question. Prove to me he's not. I said I can.
I presume that you will try in a minute.
I'm waiting to hear what you're saying, so go ahead, please.
Check this out. LeBron might be in decline. We don't know. He's got the ankle. He's older. He got knocked out in the first round. Can we definitively say at this moment, we know for sure, as we normally do, LeBron's the best player in the world? I mean, he might be. I've been fooled before because he got hurt 2 years ago. But before the bubble season, I was like, oh, maybe he's not. But we can't prove definitively that he is. Usually he has the playoffs to do that. Can we say KD is? He's not defending. You could say, well, it's because of his motivation. KD, he's trying to defend. He's just not doing a great job of it most nights.
Yeah.
James Harden has been hurt, and now he's hurt again. Luka on offense, and his three isn't even where it's going to be pretty soon, but he can get it whenever he wants. Luka on offense. Let me tell you what the NBA is right now. There are about 5 or 6 players, 6 or 7 players, and every day of the week, one of them is the best player in the world. I'm saying right now, Luka spends as many days as the best player in the world as anyone else.
But that sounds like by default, Max. That sounds like you're saying Luka because all these other guys are banged up. Is that what you're saying?
Partly age, partly they're banged up, partly Luka's on fire, partly he can carry a team, an island of misfit toys. Luka is as likely a candidate to be the best player in the game at this moment as anyone.
What's wrong?
Max's argument is completely diluted by the fact that he questions and has questioned whether or not Kevin Durant is the best player in the world. Because Max has brought up what he's lacking in defense. On KD's worst day, he plays better defense than Luka. That is a fact. Luka don't defend. We all know that. So if by virtue of the sheer consideration that Luka is the best in the world, then you automatically have to put Kevin Durant there. Because he don't play defense like Kevin. I'm saying Luka ain't Kevin Durant. And oh, by the way, Kevin Durant was an elite defender a couple of years ago. He's still getting back, even though he's healthier now and what have you. You know, we expect him to be even better next year. I don't see Kevin Durant getting slayed by defenders. You act like he can't play defense at all. I don't see that happening with him. I see Kevin Durant looking good on defense some nights. There's been plays where people have gotten the better of him, but I don't see him walking away with somebody getting smoked. Now, Jason Tatum just dropped 50 on them. Okay, that's one game. But I'm just saying, I don't see that. Now, let's get to Luka. When you say, you prove to me that he's not. Let me tell you a weakness that Luka Doncic has that I haven't heard anybody bring up. And anybody out there who said it, I'm sorry if I've missed it. I haven't heard it. Do you know how terrible Luka is offensively without the ball? When he doesn't have the ball in his hands, he's standing still. He don't move. He doesn't move. Guess why? So in other words, do you have any? That is a problem. When I bring up Steph Curry, as great of a sniper as he is, what do I always bring up? His movement without the basketball, the fact that you have your head on a swivel. You don't know where he is. You're constantly looking for him because he's always moving. Trae Young, movement without the basketball as well. He's trying to find his little self. Where the hell is he? Because I can't leave this dude open. Damian Lillard, even though he doesn't move as much as them, still moves without the ball. Luka is a stationary target.
Luka
without the ball. Now, I know what he does when he has the ball in his hands, even though there's a couple of fourth quarters he didn't show up in the series, but that's neither here nor there. I know what he does with the ball in his hands, and
But you're questioning defense, and you're questioning when he doesn't have the ball in his hands.
I just like to answer a few things.
And not the greatest three-point shooter.
He's not.
3 knocks from Stephen A.
Luka Doncic, everything you just said, there's validity to a lot of that. And Luka just played a playoff series.
Averaging 35 and 10.
36, 10, and 8.
So?
40% from behind the arc. So he didn't have a second banana and took the Clippers 7 games.
Hold on, wait a minute. The Clippers just got bounced out 7 games last time we saw them by Denver. Are you telling me? I just need to be clear. Are you telling me that Luka Doncic is a better offensive player than Kevin Durant?
I'm saying he is like James Harden, only he shows up in big moments. He's James Harden, but in the playoffs,
that quote is going to go places like James Harden, but shows up when it counts.
Did you notice that? Did you not hear me ask this man a direct question? I did not. Did I bring up James Harden in my question?
No, but that was a good quote.
I understand that. Did I bring up James Harden? I asked you a direct question. Are you saying?
I'm saying
that Luka Doncic. I'm asking the question. Are you saying that Luka Doncic is a better offensive player than Kevin Durant?
I am not saying he's a better offensive player than Kevin Durant. I'm saying he may be as important that I can't say KD is better than Luka right now. KD's got to show it. He has the playoffs to show it. He's got to go do it.
Kevin Durant.
He's got to go do it.
A career 27-point per game scorer.
Yep.
a two-time champion,
Yep.
a two-time NBA Finals MVP, who we all acknowledge in his sleep can average 30. Are
Luka
you
just did
saying,
36, 10, and 8
are
in
you
playoffs.
saying that Kevin Durant
In a
has
seven-game
to
series.
prove? So Luka's home. Luka's home. Kevin Durant has to prove.
You're trying to be slick. Kevin Durant is
I'm trying to be slick.
Kevin Durant is a better scorer than Luka. He's a better scorer than almost anyone who ever lived. Luka is much more like James Harden. He controls the entire offense, like Harden or LeBron. The difference is LeBron's hurt and Harden's hurt. Luka's not. That type of player might be the most important kind of player in the NBA. He's the healthy one.
No.
The young one.
The conversation started off with you saying, tell me, show me he's not. Prove to me he's not. Right. That's how it started. So what I'm saying to you is...
proving Kevin Durant here.
Kevin Durant's a proof.
As a one-on-one player, but it's not a one-on-one game. Kevin Durant, when Harden's been hurt this year, when he's been out, KD and Kyrie's record is not that impressive. When Harden plays, the record's very impressive because Harden, like Luka or like LeBron, is the dude that makes everyone around him better.
Well, you were liking Harden even more than Luka, but I think it's just Luka's now showed up in the playoffs. Harden, you needed to see that still.
I like KD.
But this season, you were really high on Harden.
I like KD more, too, if he's fully healthy. But I haven't seen on the defensive end that he's back to where he was.
It's a little bit based on default, Stephen A., because of injury in his age.
Yeah, that's the league changes.
He did not say Kevin Durant is not healthy. He said Kevin Durant has to show me, he has to prove it. That's what he said. Of course, injuries with LeBron, injuries with Westbrook, injuries with Durant, injuries with Harden, injuries with anybody. We're not talking about that. I'm just saying, based on what we have seen,
it's hot in here.
The man has been in the league for 13, 14 years.
One person who agrees with Stephen A. is Michael Thompson, our very own here at ESPN, Clay's daddy. Luka Doncic, no D.
Okay, there we go. Yeah, Stephen A. brought up 3 knocks
Kevin Durant's got something to prove.
What had happened was, all right, let's keep it going. Max, I cannot wait to talk to you about this next subject. We're not talking basketball next. We're talking boxing, okay? Stephen A., you can be